persona al tanto, por favor.
We are now streaming live on YouTube.
Ahora ya estamos haciendo el streaming en vivo en YouTube.
Good morning again, everyone. Please raise your right hands.
Una vez más, para todos, buenos días. Por favor, levanten su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm that the information given to this court, as well as any statements given in your application for court-appointed counsel, is true and correct, so help you? If so, say I do.
Y bueno, entonces, ustedes juran o afirman que la información que ustedes le proporcionan a la corte o las declaraciones en la solicitud para un abogado asignado por la corte para su caso es verdadera y correcta y que los amparen.
Thank you. Please put your hands down.
Gracias. Por favor, bajen sus manos.
This is your first appearance before the Clayton County Magistrate Court.
Y esta es su primera comparecencia ante la Corte Magistral del Condado de Clayton.
We are not here to try your case or to take a plea.
Nosotros aquí no estamos para juzgar en su caso o para tomar una declaración.
You are here for the court to inform you of your rights, to inform you of your charges, and to set bail on those offenses for which I am authorized to set bail.
Estamos aquí en la corte para decirles a ustedes cuáles son sus derechos, cuáles son los cargos, cuál sería la fianza a las ofensas que a mí se me autoriza fijar fianza.
I will also schedule a preliminary hearing for some of you and appoint an attorney to represent you all.
Más aparte de eso, para algunos de ustedes yo voy a agendar audiencias preliminares y también les voy a asignar a todos abogado.
You have the right to remain silent and say nothing. Should you give up this right, anything you say during this proceeding and any other proceedings can be used against you.
Ustedes tienen el derecho de permanecer en silencio, de no decir nada. Pero si ustedes rechazan ese derecho, cualquier cosa que ustedes digan en ese procedimiento o cualquier otro procedimiento pudiera ser usada en contra de ustedes.
During this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights.
Para este procedimiento y para todos los otros siguientes procedimientos, ustedes tienen el siguiente derecho.
You have the right to the presumption of innocence until the state proves your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Ustedes tienen el derecho de ser presumidos inocentes hasta que la fiscalía pruebe sobre cualquier duda razonable su culpabilidad.
You have the right to indictment by grand jury or by accusation for misdemeanors. So, excuse me, let me say that again. You have the right to indictment by grand jury for felonies or by accusation for misdemeanors.
This is Spanish interpreter. Your Honor, I'm speaking for the record. Sorry for interrupting. I'm sorry, could you clarify that right for me again, please?
You have the right to indictment by grand jury.
Thank you. Ustedes tienen derecho de acusación por gran jurado.
For most felonies.
Para la mayoría de los crímenes agravados.
Or by accusation for misdemeanors.
O por acusación por crimen menor.
You have the right to a speedy and public trial by jury.
Y ustedes tienen derecho de un juicio público y agilizado por jurado.
You have the right to see hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you.
This is the Spanish interpreter, Your Honor, for the record. Could you repeat that for me again, please?
Sure. You have the right to see, hear, and cross-examine witnesses who are called to testify against you.
Ustedes tienen derecho de ver, escuchar y contrainterrogar a testigos llamados para dar testimonio en contra suya.
You have the right to subpoena your own witnesses.
Ustedes tienen derecho de citar sus propios testigos.
You have the right to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence should you choose to do so.
Ustedes tienen derecho de testificar en representación de ustedes mismos o ofrecer pruebas si ustedes eligen eso.
However, should you choose not to, no presumption of your guilt may be raised.
Pero aún así, si ustedes no optan por eso, alguna presunción de culpabilidad en contra de ustedes no podrá ser levantada.
You have the right to have an attorney represent you.
Tienen el derecho de que un abogado los represente.
It is the policy of this court to appoint each of you an attorney.
Es una política de esta corte de asignarle a cada uno de ustedes un abogado.
Some of you will be allowed to post unrestricted bonds pending the prosecution of your case.
A algunos de ustedes se les va a permitir publicar una fianza sin restricciones pendiente de pendiente del seguimiento de su caso.
These bonds may be cash, commercial, or property bonds.
Estas fianzas pudieran ser efectivo, comerciales o fianza de propiedad.
If someone posts a cash bond, they will bring the full amount of cash with any fees to the jail, who will hold the cash bond until you're released. Excuse me, until your case is closed.
Y bueno, si alguno de ustedes publica la fianza en efectivo, la cantidad se la tiene que traer a la cárcel, y para la liberación de ustedes, y esa cárcel lo va a retener esta fianza en efectivo hasta que el caso de ustedes quede cerrado.
Once your case is closed, the cash bond will be returned to the person who posted it on your behalf.
Y ya una vez el caso quede cerrado, la fianza en efectivo se le devuelve a la persona que publicó la fianza por ustedes.
Some of you may also use a commercial bonding company who can take up to 15% of the bond as their fee for your release.
Algunos de ustedes también pueden usar un fianzador comercial, que es una compañía. Ellos toman el 15% como una cuota para que ustedes sean liberados.
This will not be returned.
Y esta no se les va a devolver.
Someone could also post a property bond using property on your behalf.
Y alguien también puede publicar una fianza con propiedad, usando una propiedad en representación de ustedes.
This property must have equity at least 3 times the amount of your bond.
Y esa propiedad necesita tener liquidez de por lo menos 3 veces la cantidad de la fianza de ustedes.
All of you will have special conditions on your bond.
Todos ustedes tendrán condiciones especiales en su fianza.
At minimum, you shall not violate any laws while out on bond.
Como mínimo, no infraccionarán ninguna ley mientras estén bajo fianza. Libres bajo fianza, perdón.
Some of you will have additional conditions that prohibit you from being around certain people or certain places.
Algunos de ustedes tendrán otras condiciones adicionales que les van a prohibir estar alrededor de ciertas personas o en ciertos lugares.
Should you violate the court's order, your bond will be revoked and you will not be entitled to a new bond while awaiting trial.
Si ustedes llegaran a infraccionar las condiciones de la fianza, esta será revocada y ustedes no tendrán derecho a una nueva fianza mientras ustedes esperan su juicio.
You could also face additional charges like aggravated stalking or influencing a witness, which hold up to 10 years in prison or a $20,000 fine.
Más aparte de eso, ustedes pudieran afrontar cargos adicionales como acechamiento agravado o intimidación de testigo que pudiera llevar una pena de hasta 10 años de prisión y multa de $20,000.
If you have anybody that's watching who will assist you with posting bonds, they should wait at least 3 hours from the conclusion of the calendar before attempting to bond you out.
Si alguien que esté aquí viendo los va a asistir a ustedes para publicar la fianza, deben de esperar 3 horas después del calendario para poderlos ayudar a salir bajo fianza.
The alleged victim will not be allowed to bond you out because there is a no contact order with all alleged victims.
Y la supuesta víctima no puede sacarlos a ustedes bajo fianza debido a que hay orden de no contacto con todas las supuestas víctimas.
Some of you are charged with offenses for which I am not authorized to set bond. In that case, your bond hearing will be scheduled for a different day.
Para algunos de ustedes tienen cargos de ofensas para las cuales yo no estoy autorizada para fijar fianza. Para esos, su audiencia de fianza se va a programar para otra fecha.
If you are currently on active probation, this court is not authorized to set your bond.
Y si ustedes en la actualidad están bajo libertad probatoria activa, esta corte no está autorizada para fijarles la fianza a ustedes.
The purpose of your preliminary hearing is to determine if there is enough evidence or probable cause to keep you detained until your case goes to trial.
Y ya el propósito de la audiencia preliminar es para determinar si hay suficientes pruebas o causas probables para mantenerlos detenidos hasta su juicio.
If you are charged with a felony, I will set your preliminary hearing automatically.
Si ustedes tienen un cargo de un crimen agravado, yo automáticamente les voy a programar para ustedes su audiencia preliminar.
If you are charged with misdemeanors only, you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing.
Si ustedes tienen un cargo de solamente un crimen menor, ustedes tienen la opción de rechazar la audiencia preliminar.
If you bond out, you automatically waive your preliminary hearing.
Si ustedes salen bajo fianza, automáticamente rechazan su audiencia preliminar.
Waiving your preliminary hearing does not waive your right to an attorney, your right to a trial, or any of your other rights.
Rechazar su derecho a audiencia preliminar, eso no es un rechazo al derecho de tener abogado, ni tampoco de juicio o de ningún otro derecho.
We will take the Spanish-speaking inmates first, then we will do the lady inmates, then we will do the gentleman inmates. Mr. Cruz, please come forward.
Entonces, primero estaremos tomando al, a la persona que habla español, ya después a la dama y ya después al caballero. Señor Cruz, pase al frente.
Mr. Cruz, you are charged with DUI, no driver's license, and open container.
Señor Cruz, a usted se le carga conducir bajo estado de ebriedad, no licencia de conducir y contenedor abierto.
Do you understand your charges?
¿Usted entiende sus cargos?
Sí.
Yes.
Your bond is $6,500.
Su fianza es $6,500.
You must not violate any laws out on bond.
Usted no debe de infraccionar alguna sola ley bajo fianza.
Your next court is March 15th at 8 a.m.
Su siguiente fecha en la corte es el 15 de marzo a las 8 a.m.
Are you able to make bond?
¿Usted puede poner la fianza?
Sí.
Thank you. Have a good day. Next will be Hernandez Delgadillo.
Gracias, que tenga buen día. El siguiente será Hernández Delgadillo.
Sir, you are charged with a license violation and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
This is Spanish interpreter. Speaking for the record, Your Honor. Sorry, if you don't mind, could you repeat the first charge for me again?
Yes, license violation and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Thank you so much for that. Bien, los cargos suyos vienen siendo infracción licenciada y contribuyendo a la delincuencia de un menor de edad.
Do you understand your charges?
¿Usted entiende sus cargos?
Sí.
Yes.
Your bond is $4,000.
Su fianza es $4,000.
You are to stay away from Helen Rodriguez.
Y usted debe de permanecer alejado de Helen. This is Spanish interpreter. Speaking for the record, Your Honor, if you don't mind, could you repeat the name of that person again, please?
Helen Rodriguez.
Thank you so much for that. Y usted debe de permanecer alejado de Helen Rodríguez.
You must not violate any laws while out on bond.
Y usted no debe de infraccionar alguna sola ley mientras libre bajo fianza.
Your next court date is March 9th at 8 a.m.
Su siguiente fecha en la corte es el 9 de marzo a las 8 a.m.
Are you able to make bond?
¿Usted puede hacer la fianza?
Sí.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Yes. Buen día.
Mr. Interpreter, that's all we have. Thank you so much, okay?
Sure. Is there anything else that we may assist you with today, Your Honor?
No. What's your name, sir? Do you speak English?
Spanish.
Never mind.
Diego.
Hold on one second. Gustavo, we have one more.
Yes, Your Honor.
You ask him what is, ¿qué es tu nombre?
Cobo Diego.
For the record, I heard Diego.
Thank you. I don't see Diego in my stack. Could you ask him if he has any other names that he might be in the file for?
It's gonna be Cobo. First name is Diego. Last name Cobo. C-O-B-O.
Okay, hold on one second. The deputy gave it to me. Hold on, Gustavo. He gave it to me. COBO, you said?
Yes, Your Honor. He's number 6 on our calendar. He may be number 4 on yours because we got 2 that's out the bond.
I don't have Kobo. What is he?
Oh, you know what, Your Honor? All right, everybody just take it easy. I'm smart. Your Honor, it's a possibility he may have bonded out and they just didn't come and get him yet.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Jameson. So we're done with Spanish speaker.
That's affirmative, Your Honor, and we'll check on Kobo.
Thank you.
No problem. And we
Okay, Gustavo, we are. Okay, thank you. We are finished, and we're going to start with the ladies. But thank you, Gustavo. Have a great day. Okay.
Sure. Anything else for today, Your Honor?
No, I think we're good. Have a good one. Okay.
Great. You're welcome. Have a great day as well.
You too. Bye. Shatiana Darden. Good morning, Ms. Darden. You are charged with obstruction of an officer and permitting an unlicensed person to drive. Do you understand your charges? I can't hear Ms. Darden. Ms. Darden, do you understand your charges?
Ma'am.
You say yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Your bond is $4,000 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanors. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Okay. Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Next should be Teresa Watley. Ms. Watley, good morning. You are charged with criminal trespass, obstruction of an officer, and giving a false name. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your bond is $10,500 and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Are you able to make bond, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
These are misdemeanor offenses. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Can't hear you.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. My list shows that that's all of our ladies for this morning. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, that's accurate.
Thank you. So we're going to start with Cornelius Amofa. He keeps on blessing me.
Yes, Your Honor, we have Amofa, say your name? Amofa.
Thank you. Mr. Amufa, you're charged with criminal trespass, damage to
One more
property.
second, Your Honor.
Okay.
Couldn't hear you. Go ahead. Thank you.
You ready for me to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor, sorry about that.
Thank you. Mr. Amofa, you are charged with criminal trespass. Do you understand your charge?
Criminal trespass?
Yes, do you understand your charge? You're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge, sir? It's alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the owner, caused damage thereto of $500 or less, that several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes into mattresses to try to conceal items inside of them. Your bond is $3,500 and you must not violate any laws of out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing? This is a misdemeanor.
Permission to speak?
No, sir. Well, I have a question for you first, then you can speak. My question for you is, do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, what was your question?
We didn't have anything in our room.
Okay, so I'm gonna appoint an attorney to represent you. That your attorney will flesh all of that out for you, okay, sir? So this is not the place for you to, state your guilt or innocence. That's not the appropriate time for this. I'm just telling you what your charges are. You're gonna waive your preliminary hearing, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so your lawyer, you can share all of that with him or her, and they will take the appropriate steps, all right?
All right.
Please sign your waiver. Have a good day.
Uh,
Zakia Artiston. Good afternoon, sir. It was still morning. You're charged with trafficking, distracted driving, defective equipment, and use or possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charges, sir? You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date is going to be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Your bond hearing will be March 19th at 8 a.m. in room 201, okay?
Are hanging no bond right now?
No, sir, I'm not authorized to give you a bond on these charges. Have a good day, sir.
Have a good day.
Did you roll with Jimmy? Say your name.
Are you Mr. Johnson?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, you're charged with battery. The court has modified that to simple battery based on the charges and the allegations. Your bond is $3,500. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. You are to stay away from Benito Robles. You cannot return to 324 Peachtree Drive in Riverdale. It was indicated that that is a shared residence. As such, you can return with the sheriff's escort for the limited purpose of retrieving your personal property. You cannot go back to that property without a sheriff's escort until this matter is resolved or until the condition is modified by another judge. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You must also not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. If you have a different residence, you'll need to give the court your new address when you bond out, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Have a good day. Please sign your waiver. Next should be Tyrone Colbert. Mr. Colbert, you're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail, okay?
Thank you.
If you're still in the jail when when your first court date, they'll bring you over, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Next should be Gregory Collier. Good morning, sir. You're charged with driving on a suspended license and a brake light violation. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $2,000. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
You should also not violate any laws out on bond. These are misdemeanors. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Okay. Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you are charged with criminal trespass, damage to property, and theft by taking. You understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $5,500. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, okay, Mr. Dixon? Mr. Duncan,
Yes, ma'am.
good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're charged with violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and improper turn signal usage. Do you understand your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $8,000 and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date, as these are felonies, I'm gonna go ahead and set your next court date for March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, have a good day. You, Mr. Fuller? Good morning, sir. You are charged with armed robbery. You do not have a bond at this time. Do you understand your charges?
Yes.
You do not have a bond at this time. Should you get a bond, you shall stay away from Cedric Bryant. But as I stated, there is no bond at this time as the court is not authorized to give you a bond in these types of cases. Your next court date will be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201, and your bond hearing will be March 19th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, okay, sir? Next should be Gregory Gardner. Sir, you're charged with improper lane change and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $2,000. Are you able to make, excuse me, you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day, Mr. Gardner.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Dandriez Blaze. You're charged with a felony count of the violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. Do you understand your charges, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $10,000 and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond? What was that? Hold on, I'm having some frozen feedback. Give me 1 second. We're back. Mr. Glaze, I was having some issues. I couldn't understand you. Did you say you did understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $10,000 and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. And are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Fuentes Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez, you are charged with driving on a suspended license and violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, which is a felony. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $7,500 and you must not violate any laws on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201, okay?
You said 8 a.m.?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Ricardo Brogan.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge?
No, ma'am.
It is alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage thereto is less than $500. That several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside mattresses to try and conceal items inside of them. Your bond is $3,500 and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, I'm not able to make money, ma'am.
Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing as this is a misdemeanor offense?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Sorry, it's Hunter. Good morning, sir. You are charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge?
No, ma'am.
It is accused that you did, along with intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage thereto is $500 or less. Several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside mattresses, try and conceal items inside of them. Your bond is $3,500, and you must not violate any laws on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No.
Your next court date is March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. Kenneth Jenkins should be in. Mr. Jenkins, you are charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am. Can I ask for a speedy trial?
1 second, sir. Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. What did you want to share with the court?
Have a speedy trial. They charged everybody along with it. I wasn't there at the time, but they charged.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. And it's not because it's not important, but it's because it's not the appropriate forum to share that, okay? I have appointed an attorney to represent you. You can speak with your lawyer about that. She will let you know when the appropriate time is to share that information. It may be important and crucial to your case, but it's not appropriate at this time, okay?
Okay.
All right, so your next court date, as I stated, is March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, Mr. Jenkins. Kevin McCoy should be next.
Good morning, ma'am.
McCoy, good afternoon. Well, it's still morning. We're rolling. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're charged with attempted window violation, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Do you understand your charges?
Correct.
You said you do understand them?
Correct, ma'am.
Your bond is $8,000, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Your next court date is going to be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
You said March 18th?
March 15th at 8 a.m.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a good
You're
day.
welcome. Have a good day. Timothy McKnight.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. You're charged with improper lane change and DUI. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $5,500, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
These are misdemeanors, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Deputy Jameson, is it deputy? I want to make sure I'm calling you the right rank.
Sure am, Your Honor. I'm Deputy Jameson.
Okay. Am I going too fast?
No, ma'am, we're rolling right along with you. We appreciate it.
Awesome. Are you, Mr. McShaw?
Yes, how you doing, Your Honor?
Good, I'm fine. Thank you for asking. You are charged with improper lane change and driving on a suspended license. Do you understand the charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your bond is $2,000, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
These are misdemeanor offenses, which means you have the opportunity to waive your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, Your Honor.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
Oh, you too, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anthony Mickle. Sir, you're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge?
No, ma'am.
It is alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage thereto is $500 or less. Several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside the mattresses to try and conceal the items inside of it. Your bond is $3,500, and you must not violate any laws or out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir.
You too.
Thank you. James Norman,
Yes,
or is
ma'am.
it Lotriano?
Lotrina. No.
Okay. What's your last name, sir?
Norman.
Okay. Mr. Norman, you're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charges?
No, ma'am.
It is alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage there is to $500 or less. Several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside mattresses to try and conceal items inside of them. Your bond is $3,500, and you must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense. Do you wish to waive a preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day, sir. Next should be Logan Pope.
Logan Pope. Judge. Pope. He's coming right back, yeah. Pope. Pope. Pope.
Mr. Pope, you are charged with aggravated assault. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $30,000, and you shall not return to 2723 Forest Parkway, and you must stay away from Antonio Brown. You must not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a felony, so your court date is set for March 15th at 8 a.m. Take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Are you Mr. Kendarius Redden?
Do you have, Phillips? Alonzia Phillips?
Yes, that's a fugitive. We're gonna take Mr. Phillips last.
All righty, I wasn't aware. Thank you.
Thank you. And then Deputy Jamison, if you don't have his paperwork, can you buzz over to make sure they get it over to you? Because we do need that.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna take care of that right now.
Thank you. You Kendarius Redden?
Yes.
Sir, you are charged with 3 felony counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, trafficking in ecstasy, and use or possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charge?
No.
Charges, excuse me.
No.
It is alleged that you have in your possession marijuana with intent to distribute suspected marijuana, suspected MDMA, hydrocodone, can't really read that, suspected THC edibles, 3 firearms, 6.14 pounds of marijuana, 46 grams of MDMA, 119 oxycodone pills, THC edible and a food saver used in plastic bags inside of an incident location known as 228 Morrow Road, apartment 14A in Forest Park, Clayton County, Georgia. During the service of a Clayton County search warrant, the offender was observed inside of the residence located during the pre-surveillance before executing the search warrant. The offender attempted to hide during the warrant. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date is going to be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Your bond hearing will be March 19th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day. When Derry is ready. You are charged with 3 felony counts of violation of the Drug Controlled Substances Act, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, trafficking in ecstasy, and use or possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charge?
No.
It is accused that you had in your possession marijuana with intent to distribute, suspected MDMA, suspected THC edibles, 3 firearms. All of this contraband was located inside of the incident location at 228 Morrow Road, Apartment 14A in Forest Park, Georgia. During the execution of a search warrant, the offender was observed inside of the incident location during pre-surveillance before the execution of the search warrant. The offender attempted to hide during the warrant. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date is March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Your bond hearing will be March 19th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you Mr. Robles?
Yes, ma'am.
You are charged with, they charge you with battery, but your charge is actually being reduced to simple battery. Do you understand your charges?
Yes, ma'am.
Your bond is $3,500. You just stay away from Matthew Blockton. He does not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. You have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Please sign your waiver. Your next court date will come in the mail. Have a good day, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Randall Shutt.
Hey, ma'am.
Hello, you're charged with criminal trespass and damage to property. You understand your charge, Mr. Slunt?
No, ma'am.
You are charged and it said that you did potentially damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage thereto was $500 or less. Several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside mattresses to try and conceal items inside of them. Your bond is $3,500. You should not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Here, the Zachariah Scott.
Yeah, ma'am.
You're charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charges?
No.
You said no?
Yes, ma'am.
It is alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage thereto is $500 or less. Several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside mattresses, trying to conceal the items. Your bond is $3,500, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Union West. Good afternoon, sir. You were charged with criminal trespass, damage to property. Do you understand your charge? Can't hear you.
No, ma'am.
It is alleged that you did intentionally damage the property of the Clayton County Sheriff's Office without the consent of the property owner, and the damage thereto is $500 or less. Several inmates listed inside the Clayton County Jail cut large size holes inside mattresses trying to put the items inside of them. Your bond is $3,500, and you shall not violate any laws out on bond. Are you able to make bond, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
You say yes?
No, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor. Do you wish to have your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Mario West or Morio West. You were charged with 3 felony counts of violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, trafficking in ecstasy, and use or possession of drug-related objects. Do you understand your charge? I can't hear you, sir.
No, ma'am. You step up, sir. Step a little bit. There you go.
It is alleged you committed the offense of possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of Schedule 1 narcotics, trafficking MDMA, possession of drug-related objects, possession of Schedule 1 narcotic. When said offender was located and found the residence located at 228 Morrow Road, Apartment 4, Forest Park, Georgia, during the execution of a search warrant. Offender was in constructive possession of oxycodone pills, 6.4 pounds of speaking marijuana, 46 grams of MDMA, 3 handguns, multiple scales and packaging materials, THC gummies. The offender did take, this offense did take place in Clayton County, Georgia. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date is going to be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. And your bond hearing will be March 19th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
How you doing, man?
I'm well, thank you. What's your name?
Tommy Wilson.
Mr. Wilson, you're charged with a violation of the family violence order. Do you understand your charge?
No, ma'am.
It is alleged that on January 16th, you violated the family violence order and that you knowingly willfully violated the terms of the order, a bond issued by Judge Margot Roberts on August 24th, 2019, and that you violated the order by going to the residence of Ms. Pamela X at 5937 Doncaster Road, attempting to call her as well. You began banging on the door and yelling from outside the home. Your bond is $15,000 and you shall not violate any laws of bond. Are you able to make bond?
Yes, ma'am. How much is my bond?
$15,000.
15,000. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This is a misdemeanor offense, which means you have the option of waiving your preliminary hearing. Do you wish to waive your preliminary hearing?
No, ma'am.
What was that?
No, ma'am.
Your next court date will be March 9th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Okay, sir. Come on. Let's go that way.
What's your name, sir?
David Young.
Mr. Young, you were charged with burglary. Do you understand your charge?
Nope.
It is alleged that you committed a burglary when you hit the door of the vacant residence, damaging the front door and the frame. The damages to the door and the frame are over $500. Advised by the victim, Ms. Parsons, who is the manager of the residence, that the offender knowingly and without authority entered upon the land of the victims vacant to the resident. The offender admitted to staying in the residence on January 21st at 300 hours. The offender used the residence as a dwelling after breaking the front door. The incident occurred in Clayton County, Georgia. You do not have a bond at this time. Your next court date will be March 15th at 8 a.m. in room 201. Have a good day.
Let's go, sir.
That should be all of our inmates on the regular calendar. Is that what you have, Deputy Dan?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you ready to move forward with Alonzo?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, and I do have the paperwork. He has it in his hand for his reading.
Okay, perfect. Good afternoon, Mr. Phillips.
Good afternoon.
This is the magistrate court as stated earlier. However, this hearing is what we call an extradition hearing. All the rights that I outlined earlier also apply in your case, but your hearing is a little different from the other first appearance hearings that have just taken place. You do not have charges pending against you here in Clayton County. You've been brought here to court today because you have charges pending against you in another state, and they are requesting that you return to that state to answer to those charges. Are you in fact Alonzia Phillips?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you already have an attorney representing you in this matter?
No, ma'am.
You are charged with being from justice as follows: in that you willingly and knowingly entered the state of Georgia, knowing you had an active warrant being wanted out of Orange County, Florida, for the charge of assault issued on January 21st. And that this occurred on Reynolds Road in the city of Morrow, Georgia. This hearing is being conducted pursuant to OCGA Title 17, Chapter 13. As you have heard, it is alleged you are charged with assault in the state of Florida. You have a choice as to whether you wish to contest extradition or to waive extradition and to be returned to the other state without going through the formal extradition process. If you decide that you wish to contest extradition, the court may commit you to the county jail for an initial period of 30 days. During that time, a warrant will be prepared under the governor's signature for your extradition to the other state. The court may consider it allowing you to post bond, but the court is not required to allow bond, and it is the policy of this court not to allow bonds in these types of cases. As you are wanted by another jurisdiction, I am not setting bond at this time. If you do not wish to voluntarily return to the state of Georgia, you may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest four things. One, whether the extradition documents are in order on their face. Two, whether you are charged with a crime that actually exists in the demanding state of Florida. Three, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition. And four, whether you are in fact a fugitive of justice. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You are entitled to the advice of counsel in contesting extradition or deciding whether to waive it. However, if the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition. If the extradition is not completed in 90 days, then you will be released. If you decide to voluntarily waive extradition and return to the state of Georgia, the state of Florida, they have a shorter period to retrieve you, as long they have to make a reasonable attempt to retrieve you. And if that does not occur, then you will be released. Hearing this, do you wish to voluntarily return to the state of Florida?
Yes, ma'am. I wish to voluntarily return.
Okay. Mr. Phillips, please sign your, you have several original waivers of extradition in front of you. Please sign each of them and I will sign them as well. Okay, sir? Have a good day.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, being that I'm voluntarily, I'm not trying to fight the extradition. How long do they have to come get me from Georgia?
So they have to make a reasonable effort to come and get you. So we can't give you a time frame how long they have to get you, because the law is kind of, I don't want to say up in the air, but there is some discretion to how much time they have. And I don't want you watching the clock and watching the calendar, because they do have a reasonable time to come and retrieve you. I don't want to tell you 10 days and 10 days comes and then they've made attempts so they couldn't get there and you're not released. I don't want to tell you 15 and then you're sitting there watching the calendar. I can tell you they have to make a reasonable attempt to come and get you. And then after the time period, then the sheriff will have the authority to release you.
Okay, so in your experience, if I was to
I
hire,
can't go there, brother. Can't give you your experience, okay? Because I'm telling you, as soon as I tell you a day, you go, what? I know I would.
yeah, but it's a different. The question was a little different than the time thing. It was
okay. What's your question? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, I want to ask you, in your experience, if I was to hire a lawyer and he was to file something to kind of like put a fire under their butt, would that help, or would that that just be wasting my money?
See, I don't know, because it really depends on the different states, the different jurisdictions, the different counties and all of that. So I can't say, sir, what a lawyer would or would not do, but you always have the option to hire your counsel, as I stated earlier. Okay, Mr. Phillips?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Deputy Jameson, is that?
That's it, Your Honor. Do you have anybody that you're missing that we can go ahead and get reconciled?
I think we're good. There were a couple of OTBs that were on the calendar, but they were taken out. Do you want me to share that with you?
No, if you're clear on it, I'm clear on it also.
Okay. Well,